Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. And today we are here for Avataro Sentai Donbrothers episode 5. And this was a good episode. It was another good episode. Basically we got some more, a little backstory on our Black Ranger for this series. His name is Chibusa. Yeah, Chibusa, he's on the run. We basically see that he's on the run for somebody else. Essentially, he's basically taking the blame for another crime for the woman he loves. And that's tragic love story action we got going on here, people. And we also see how the entire team does end up getting together in this episode as well. The entire team basically, but they still don't know who each other is. Well, because I do feel, but they don't. I guess they kind of know who each other are, but they don't know who. They don't know Chibusa is a Black Ranger. But other than that, we see that throughout the episode, we see that they're basically being like huddled up. Like they're basically like being kept inside. Well, they're basically like huddled up in the White Bear, White Bear delivery service, the delivery service that Taro works for, and they're basically like hugged up there. And we see that Chibusa basically he lied to he lied to Yellow Ranger, saying that he fell in love with her when he first saw her and whatever, and she thought. And he basically was saying that just so he didn't have to, he wouldn't get found out and things like that. But she quickly ends up figuring it out. But she also ended up saying like, okay, I'll be his hostage. I'll basically force herself to be his hostage, so it'll possibly help me like get ideas for a new manga and stuff like that, because she's still under fire for the whole people thinking she plagiarized and things like that. And then Pink, he's there because the only reason he's there because he had a bathroom emergency. He walked in and saw both of them there, but he's constantly trying to give him up to the police. He's constantly trying to give up Chibusa to the police, and they won't let him. And then Taro, he comes in, he's there, and he comes in and he comes into the building. He sees all of them there, but kind of ignores the fact that they're all there. Like he didn't care. But he says the only reason he's there because like he just came to deliver some stuff because they're actually opening back up the next day. So he sees that Chibusa has basically eaten someone's packaged food or whatever, and him and Chibusa, well, he said Taro and Chibusa basically get into like a little altercation, and we see that Chibusa is like tries to punch him and stuff like that. He's like, who the hell is this guy? He's so freaking intense. Like how was he strong like this? So what happens is he basically grabs him by the ear and drags him to the woman's house of the food that he ate, and he ends up making him clean her toilets and things like that, which was funny. But he doesn't turn him into the police or anything like that. He brings him back to the place. But that's when they do see the cops end up seeing Taro drag Chibusa back into the building. We also find out that he basically says that he's innocent, but he's like, I promised I wouldn't tell anybody and stuff like that. But he's basically taking the blame he basically tells him that he's taking the blame for his the girl he loves. I think it was Utsumi or something like that, and he's taking the blame for her, and I think she's like on the run or something like that. I don't know. But he also said that today was his birthday, and his girlfriend would celebrated his birthday, with him. But what happens is the rest of the crew ends up, Pink, he ends up finding like some cake, and they ended up cutting the cake. They ended up cutting the cake in some pieces, and they ended up singing happy birthday to him and stuff like that. But also Blue, I skipped some parts, but we see that the monster of the week for this episode, he's kind of like a cop, a cop kind of monster, and I forgot what Sentai he's supposed to be based on, but yeah. It was Pata Danger. Yeah, it was Pata. He was Pata Danger, and he was basically supposed to be like a policeman kind of monster. But the person that transformed into him was one of the cops. Was like the head head of police that was, you know, looking for Chibusa. So he ends up transforming. He ends up. We see a woman. We see a guy try to take a woman's purse, and he comes in and stops that guy. He transforms into a monster and stops that guy from taking that woman's purse. But that's when Blue kind of entered. But that's when Blue walks up and he sees this woman being attacked by this guy, by this monster, and he ends up shooting. He ends up attacking the monster, and that's when the monster ends up leaving. But yeah, and then Blue ends up. We see that the cops have basically come up to the building. They've come to the building and they've surrounded the building, trying to get him to come out and stuff like that. And we see that Blue, he comes in. He's there. He tries to help the cops out, all calm and cool and collected like he is, and tries to sing, like tries to do haikus and all that stuff. And what happens is we see that Yellow, she comes out, she explains kind of like the situation and pulls Blue in there, and then that's when the entire whole Sentai team is all together for basically like kind of like the first time. It's the first time they all been together, like not fighting something. And it's still iffy on. It is still real iffy on who knows who each other is. Basically, we know that Yellow and Blue and Pink, they know that Taro is Taro. Like they know that they know he's red, but I don't think anybody knows that, you know, Chibusai is the Black Ranger or anything like that. And I don't think he knows that they're the rest of the Rangers as well. So because even also because characters get these characters get poofed in the battle and they get morphed before they get poofed into the battle, so you don't know who's fighting with you. Also, throughout the episode, we see that Chibusa has lost his shades, but also we find out that the shades also can teleport back to you if you lose them. We see that the head of police does end up transforming into the monster, and he ends up chasing Chibusa down through the city. And he gets ready to blast, and we see he gets ready to blast him, and that's when his shades end up teleporting back to them, because he lost them earlier in the episode from when he was running from some cops, and he dropped them out of his jacket. But he ends up transforming. They end up teleporting back to him. He uses them to find like a little portal to jump into that door, and then he transforms and starts fighting off the dudes. And that's when everybody else comes in. We see they use Ryu's soldier a lot, but we see Ryuso Pink, Ryuso Black, and Ryuso Ryuso Black, Ryuso Green, and Ryuso Blue. So we see all three of them, but then, you know, Yellow, she feels bad that she can't transform because there is no Ryuso Yellow. So that's when Taro comes in, and we see something new. We see that he ends up clicking his sword against the Ryusoja sword, and ends up being able to use its ultimate attack with his sword, which was weird. I mean, it looked dope, don't get me wrong, but it looked really weird when he did that. So he ends up using that and destroying the monster's little form, and then that's when we get our mecha fight. Haven't had a mecha fight in the last two episodes. But yeah, we end up having a mecha fight, and this is actually kind of the ones that seemed a little bit hard for him, but I feel like he got lucky in this fight. But yeah, he ends up he's shooting and blasting at him, and he like can't really get at him and stuff, because this is actually a tougher kind of monster. And he ends up shooting a building. And then the building ends up falling on the monster, and then that's when he finishes him off. But other than that, though, the episode kind of ends off right there. It ends off with our three main bad guys talking about their next plan, but it showed them freezing the Mona Lisa painting and freezing it till it shattered, and that was it. I was like, what does that mean? What's going on there? Like, what does that even mean? I don't know. But overall, this was a good episode. I'm really just wondering, like, when is everybody gonna know who everybody is, to the point where now we can actually like get this team together, get this team going. And also I'm wondering, when is when is Gigi gonna show up? Because we know that Gigi was supposed to be a villain for this series, so I wonder when the thing that was, you know, the god that was in Zenkaiger is gonna make that grand appearance, or maybe they already have. Maybe the god that was in Zenkaiger is one of the main 3 bad guys. We don't know, but other than that, this is a great episode. We see that Kaito has gotten the it transformed. He has the regular gears, but whenever the Don brothers defeat a monster, that gear transforms into a new one. It turns into like the red and gold one instead of just being the gold one. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know like what, and also we don't know what, you know, Kaito's collecting these gears for, and we don't even know if that's really Kaito. But other than that, this is a great episode. You guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, stay henshined.